Hi, it's Dusty here with another record pickup video, this time on what is actually kind of a set. Yeah, we managed to throw something together that I can sit in front of that isn't video games and talk about music. And particularly these giant spinning discs that go on this thing and spin around. So yeah, records! We picked up more records. Now these ones aren't incredibly exciting, particularly compared to the video that I'm in the process of editing now, a 150 record mega haul. These all happened after that 150 record mega haul. And I actually have another pickup video for records that I have to shoot. So many records, they're everywhere, they're taking over my house. But I love it. So, yeah, and these ones aren't incredibly exciting. The next video, though, I'll tell you, is going to be exciting, but I don't feel like leaving any holes. So, if you're into non-exciting records, you're going to be in for a treat for this video. However, the next record pickup video is going to be of just one lot of records I picked up, and then the one after that will hopefully be the 150 plus record extravaganza that I'm in the process of editing. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I've had so many problems with the editing software, but we're getting things planned out, and we're gonna hopefully try to up the production quality of my YouTube videos. So to get started, after the 150 record mega haul from the Goodwill, the Goodwill had some 45s in it the next day. And these were like the 3 days of Christmas when it comes to records, because I had gotten these records that day, and then the 12-inch records I'm going to show you the next day after these 45s. So we managed to find a nice little bundle of 45s. I'm planning on showing off right here, if I can find out where they begin and where they end. I have them in my other 45s, so... yeah, okay, I think I found where they begin and where they end. But yeah, a nice little stack of 45s. Some of them in the sleeve, some of them not. Some of them in bad condition, some of them in good condition. But they all have one thing in common. They were each 33 cents. Because the Goodwill that I frequent in my hometown charges 33 cents for all their records. Whether they're 7-inch, 12-inch, 10-inch shellac, whether they're flexi disc, 33 cents a record. So you can't really argue too much with that price. I mean, that's even good for 45s, I would think, as long as they're in good shape. And these ones definitely weren't. Well, some of them were, but you know, this one definitely wasn't. We got Herman's Hermits, I Could Take or Leave Your Loving, which actually was probably purchased because I wanted to get a round number. Because if you don't, I think it's 75 cents a record if you don't buy 3. So moral of the story is always buy records in groups of 3, because for the extra 25 cents, you in turn get 2 records. Kind of a strange way of doing things. Kind of like they sell cassette tapes for, I believe, 50 cents a piece, or 10 for $1. Which means I have to get a bunch of useless cassette tapes that I then need to throw in the trash just to get the ones that I wanted for cheaper. Kind of stupid, but anyway, we got I Can Take or Leave Your Loving, and Marcel's from Herman's Hermits, which I actually had picked up a Herman's Hermits from the album from the Goodwill in Iowa Falls that I had listened to a little bit and did particularly like. So that's awesome. Another 45 of theirs to have. But then next up, we got one that's actually really interesting. This is a Glenn Frey single. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Haven't listened to much of any of Glenn Frey's solo stuff, so I am going to have to listen to these songs. But I have definitely have heard of Smuggler's Blues. And, let's see, when was this one again? I don't know. You Belong to the City, which I have actually heard of. So, yeah, pretty cool to have this, and from what I see, it's in it's in good condition, so it'll definitely play nice. And it is in a record sleeve, so hey, that's a bonus too. But then next up, we got Flexi Disc, because it's a Flexi Disc, and I didn't have one of these before. But this is apparently Billy and the Boingers. I'm a Boinger, so I picked it up because it was relatively amusing, and it's a Flexi Disc, and it reflects. So, and basically, for those of you who don't know what a flexi disc is, it's basically just a little flexible record that you just throw on the turntable, and it works like a 33 RPM record. You just throw your needle on it, and boom, you're playing incredibly low fidelity sound, which actually didn't sound like too horrible. I mean, the songs weren't good, but the record itself didn't sound too horrible. So hey, that's kind of a cool thing that you can get. You can get songs on paper thin things. I've just kind of found that amusing. You couldn't put a digital file easily on something that thin, to put it that way. I just find that interesting. But next up we have something really amazing, Time of the Season from the Zombies. And yeah, this one's in really rough shape. However, how do you pass up Time of the Season from the Zombies? You just don't. That's the answer. That's how you pass it up. You don't. So we managed to get that. Once again, 33 cents. I'll risk it not sounding at all relatively good, just in case the zombie apocalypse comes, and we can only listen to music on records, and we can only play Truxton on the Genesis, like CGR says. So, hey, stupid video game references getting in my record pickup videos. What's wrong with you? See, I already moved to another set, but the video games are still here. Like I have a video game right here. In arm's reach video game. But anyway, we're talking about records here. We got Bruce Springsteen, Janie Don't You Lose Your Heart, or Janie Don't You Lose Heart. I don't know, I haven't heard that song before. But we also have Bruce Springsteen, I'm Going Down, with the jukebox remote slip here, which is kind of amusing. So hey, if I ever get a jukebox with a remote, then I can utilize that. I don't know if all 45s from the era came with those, or all of them from Columbia Records, but I did have another one in here that came with it from, I believe, Columbia. Well, no, it wouldn't have been from Columbia Records, now that I think about it, because the artist wasn't signed with Columbia. So, yeah, anyway, next up we got one that's really cool, I Drink Alone and Willie and the Hand Jive from George Thorogood, and the Destroyers, too, so they're a bonus. But yeah, freaking awesome. And it plays very nice. I listen to I Drink Alone, of course, and, you know, it sounds good. So 33 cents, how can you go wrong? Next we have a Van Halen 45, and Van Halen 45 is what I meant to say. I actually do not have any Van Halen on vinyl record at all, either 45s or 33 RPM or anything like that. So to have this is kind of cool. We've got Van Halen's Black and Blue and Apolitical Blues. Excuse me. I cannot talk at all when I'm making these videos, I'll tell you. But yeah, and it seems to be in good shape for 33 cents. How can you go wrong? Next up, we got we've got We Are the People, and we also have Check It Out from John Cougar Mellencamp. So hey, I'm sure I probably have this on an album somewhere. Not gonna spoil my 150 rec. Well, actually, that just inadvertently did, though. I picked up some John Cougar Mellencamp, or John Mellencamp, or John Cougar, or whatever he likes to go by in this 5-minute period. So yeah, John Cougar Mellencamp, pretty cool to have found. This one probably did not come from this pickup video. I think this actually came from my shoebox of 45s, but we got Jefferson Airplane's White Rabbit. Hey, that's here. And we also have another part of me from Michael Jackson, both the instrumental and the standard version, each on one side. Next up we have the Bee Gees' You Win Again and Back to Funk, which, of course, you gotta buy that, particularly when it's this clean. Man, look at that. Nice, clean, beautiful. I don't want you to see reflections because the rest of my house is still a mess. So just keep that in mind. If you see any reflections of just drum sets stacked up on my couch, then that's normal. Trust me. Love is a Cannibal and Sacrifice from Elton John. We've got Heart, Shell Shock, and These Dreams, which I actually just listened to Dreamboat Annie for the first time, and that is a really freaking good and somehow underrated album. Like, I mean, it's freaking brilliant. I freaking loved the whole thing through, and I cannot wait to find a better copy because mine has some pops and clicks in it, definitely. So, yeah. But we did get this one, this 45, so cool. Next up, we have Patience and Rocket Queen from Guns N' Roses, which, man, I did not own any Guns N' Roses on vinyl records, so that being said, this is really freaking cool to have. I do need to get Appetite for Destruction. I don't care if I get a repressing or anything like that because, you know, I'm just gonna bear holes in the freaking thing listening to it all the time because, but I tried, my kind of goal doing this is to try to buy as few records off of eBay as possible. Like, out of all of these records, and these are all nice quality, like, stuff that I'll listen to records. I think I have, like, a touch typing record and some Disney Storybook records somewhere in there. But, you know, for the most part, all records that I'll listen to from time to time. All those records were found in my locale, relatively, and, Very few of them were new. So I would like to get Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction, though, too. And also Use Your Illusion, those ones. Yeah, those are two things that I will really have to freaking get in my life. But yeah, we got Rocket Queen and Patience to listen to tide us over until we get money to buy records on eBay. Then last but not least, for the 45s, we've got Heat of the Night and Another Day from Bryan Adams. I believe, let's see, what album are these from? Because, actually, I'm not going to finish that. From the A&M album, Into the Fire. So yeah, I do not have that album, so pretty cool. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright, so next up, the next day, we managed to find some more vinyl records. Now these ones are a little bit more 60s era, so, you know, I'm kind of explore. I hate that hipstery freaking way of saying it, but I'm exploring new records to listen to, like new eras to listen to, and I'm starting to listen to more 50s and 60s music. So we managed to get some of that right here with what is quite probably and possibly mixed together, does not work, but quite possibly one of the cheapest made records in my collection, as far as, like, they really just did not bother with this, is Johnny Cash, his original great hits. First of all, what is up with that title, his original great hits, as opposed to his later great hits, or his, well, I suppose there's nothing too earlier than original, but yeah, and this is the cheapest thing about it. When I saw this, I was like, what? I was like, where's the track listing? What the heck? And then I come to find out, it's 2 LPs. Just stuffed in this little paper sleeve. I mean, the LPs are, like, not quite paper thin, but they are fairly thin. And they do have good songs on them, but they are electronically rechanneled for stereo. So I don't know if that means that they redid the, that they basically remastered, so basically destroyed it to play in stereo, so that, like, he's talking in one ear and guitar's going on in the other, like they did with all the Beatles albums, or if they just made it so that you can play it on stereo record players. I'm not sure, but either way, it's Johnny Cash and his original great hits. 33 cents, once again. They don't discriminate on the size or the material of record. If it's a record, it's 33 cents at the local Goodwill. So, yeah, 33 cents. Next up, we got Johnny Cash, I Walk the Line, second record in the series, that apparently also has Gene C. Riley sings on side 2. So, hey, kind of a mixture. You get Johnny Cash on one side, Jeannie C. Ridley sings. I've never heard of her, so yeah, just don't throw rotten fruits at me for that. But yeah, kind of cool looking record though, nonetheless, for 33 cents. Then next up, we got the first one, which I should have had these in a different order, but I didn't. We've got Johnny Cash, Big River, so that's cool. By the way, all these records are in good shape, so all of these 33 RPM ones. Next up, we've got Beat of the Brass, Herb Alpert, and the Tijuana Brass. So figured, why not go ahead and pick this up? From what I hear, they're a very good group to listen to. So, heck yeah, that, and I like brass music. So, what more can possibly go wrong? Haven't listened to them yet, but I will get around to it. Next up, we got Hawaii Five-0 from The Ventures. Which, yeah, has the Hawaii Five-0 song, along with a bunch of other songs. And I believe they did most, if not all, of the music for Hawaii Five-0, the original days. So, yeah, kind of cool stuff. Even though it does not have an inner sleeve, this is the one that is in not the greatest in the world shape, but it'll definitely play fine, and I do need to get an inner sleeve for it. But the problem is, if I buy inner sleeves for all these records, you know how much money that's going to cost? I added it up. I have now just a little over 300 records. That's going to cost, like, freaking hundreds of dollars. It's like, well, not hundreds, maybe just like $100, because let's see, 50 master sleeves is $20. So, since I need 300, I'd need 6 packs, which would then be, yeah, a little over $100. So, yeah, not going to happen anytime soon. Probably put the special ones in master sleeves, but yeah, not going to redo them all. Like, for instance, Hawaii Five-0 from The Ventures. Well, I definitely put that one in because it doesn't have a sleeve. Anyway, we're rambling. Next up, well, this is completely completely not on purpose that I said rambling, but we have Nat King Cole's Rambling Rose. Which, yeah, Nat King Cole. Listened to some of his music on cassette because I usually plug my phone into a cassette adapter in my car to listen to my Google Play playlist, but that broke, so while I'm waiting to get a new one, been listening to some of my growing collection of cassette tapes up there, and yeah, listened to the Nat King Cole one, and it was freaking fantastic. If I had to characterize his music in one word, I'd probably say it is very, 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 very relaxing. Almost like you're in a lounge listening to it. It's very of its time and very, very, just I'm using a lot of characteristic adjectives here, but it's very soothing and relaxing and nice to listen to after. Probably with some tea and some, I don't know, just with some vinyl records. So yeah. Anyway, that's the end of this video that I just kept going on and on with. But yeah, next video you're probably gonna see is going to be of a garage sale vinyl record pickups that I paid a little bit too much for my own comfort, but nonetheless, I'm still happy that I did the next deal. And then the video you should see after that is the 150 record mega haul. I swear it exists. Well, I have the evidence right here. So, like 150 of these came from like a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe. I don't know. All the time just kind of melts together now. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Take it easy.